an African tale of resilience. The cripple who saved a village. Once upon a time, in a small African village nestled in the heart of the savannah, there lived a family with 3 children, Moda, Kala, and Anan. Their parents were hardworking and kind-hearted, people who loved their children dearly. Anan, the youngest of the 3, was born with a physical disability that made it difficult for him to walk. His legs were not as strong as those of his siblings, and he had to use a crutch to get around. The birth of Anan brought much sorrow to his family, and some villagers believed it to be a bad omen. The family's fortune was already meager, and now they had to take care of a child with special needs. Moda and Kala, the older siblings, were blessed with strong bodies and sharp minds. They excelled in school and were often praised by their parents and neighbors for their abilities. As they grew older, their parents invested more time and resources in their education, hoping that Moda and Kala would bring prosperity to the family. Meanwhile, Anan was often overlooked and neglected. His parents' hearts were heavy with the burden of caring for him, and they had little time or energy to devote to his well-being. Anan, however, was not bitter. He possessed a heart full of resilience and a spirit that refused to be crushed by his physical limitations. Anan had a gift that few noticed. He was a gifted storyteller and a talented musician. He spent his days listening to the tales of the village's elders, and he would weave their stories into beautiful songs and narratives that brought joy and inspiration to all who listened. His music could make the birds sing and the trees sway in time to his tunes. As the years passed, Moda and Kala grew into adults and left the village in search of riches and adventure. They had been educated and had grand dreams, but they soon discovered that the world outside the village was not as welcoming as they had imagined. They faced hardships and challenges that they were ill-prepared for, and their dreams crumbled. Back in the village, Anan's talents had not gone unnoticed. He had become a beloved figure in the community, and people would gather around him to hear his stories and songs. Anan used his gift to inspire and uplift his fellow villagers, teaching them the importance of unity and perseverance. One day, a terrible drought struck the land and the villagers were on the brink of despair. It was Anan who rallied the community, reminding them of their strength and resilience. He organized the villagers to dig wells, share what little food they had, and support one another through the hard times. With Anan's guidance, the village not only survived the drought, but thrived. The people realized that it was not physical strength or worldly riches that mattered most, but the strength of the heart and the bonds of a community that could weather any storm. Anan had transformed his own misfortune into a source of inspiration for all. When Moda and Kala returned to the village, they were amazed at the transformation. They had come back empty-handed and disheartened, while Anan had become the hero of the village, a beacon of hope and strength for all. Anan's family, once despaired by his condition, now held their heads high with pride. They realized that his disability was not a curse, but a gift that had changed the destiny of their family and their community. Moda and Kala, humbled by their experiences, learned the true meaning of success from their youngest sibling, who had proven that the greatest riches were found in the hearts of those who cared for others. And so, in the heart of that African village, the tale of Anan, the once despised cripple who became the savior of his community, was told and retold for generations as a reminder of the enduring power of the human spirit.